I'm Hugh with Hugh Gaming, and we're about to start our Let's Play recording for Disco Elysium, the final cut. Now that I don't have to read the novel to you, they added full voiceovers recently. And I have a few friends that I'm like, hey, you should play Disco Elysium, and they're like, what is it? I'm like, you're a cop, but it's a lot harder to describe than that. So if you're watching live on Twitch, welcome. If you're watching the YouTube video, thanks for watching the YouTube video, but we're going to start it. I have beat the game and I will explain certain things as we go through it, but it's been a long time. I played it at launch, so I'm probably going to forget a lot of stuff, but we're going to go ahead and hit new game. So they give you presets, but I don't know. I think you want to create your own character. We're going to do that. Okay. We want... It's interesting because this game rolls with failure really well. Like, we're not going to save scum anything the entire playthrough. And you're meant to fail, like, and it kind of punishes min-maxing in that you have the voices in your head, which you'll see. So if you just have one that's like super pumped up, it's going to override all the other voices in your head. It's actually going to hurt you. So the playthrough I beat it, I was like Inland Empire focus cop, so I think we're not going to do that this time. I think I'm going to be kind of we're going to be an average intelligence, I've decided. What if we just did all averages? Yeah, let's do actually we're gonna drop our physique. We're weak. We're gonna make him a little more smarter. Alright, so our spread is 4 for intellect, 3 for psyche, 2 for physique, 4 for... Actually, we're gonna go down the psyche again, and we're gonna actually put more and more athletics. So 4, 2, 2. Now we gotta go to our skills. So these are all the voices in your head. There's a whole lot of them. So intellect, you have logic, encyclopedia, rhetoric, drama, conceptualization, visual calculus. In psyche, you have volition, inland empire, empathy, authority, spirit, decor, and suggestion. Physique, you have endurance, pain threshold, physical instrument, electrochemistry, shivers, and half-light. And then motorics, you have composure, interfacing, savoir-faire, reaction speed, and perception, and hand-eye coordination. So what we're doing is we're picking our signature skill. So I think my signature skill is actually going to be... I think my signature... I might go full D&D and do perception as my signature skill. Okay. My perception is now 5. And we're starting. Get ready. The Furies are at home in the mirror. It is their dress. Even the clearest water, if deep enough, can drown. R.S. Thomas.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. You're conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
We're gonna simply keep on non-existing.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
What was that about the X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic source. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
No, I wanted to know about the X something.
Ex-love. Ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyssopelagic zone.
So you're talking right now to your ancient reptilian brain in your limbic system. No, I want to get off now. I like pain and burning light and wanting things from people who don't want to give them to me.
Do you really?
Don't be naive, of course not. I want to sail the inky blackness until forever ends, or I do let me off.
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself. Got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
So there's the first voice in your head talking to you, and it just rolls it. It's based off dice. So my Inland Empire check was success. Fear and apprehension, you should ask what's out there first. I don't care, I'm an idiot, a brave idiot. Wait, I did this to myself. Let's do, tell me, what's waiting for me?
There's this giant ball there. And evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant ball.
How big is the ball?
You can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large.
How small are the apes?
Infinitesimally small.
And this duking it out, I keep hearing about it. What's that?
Vying for resources. It's just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face. Or you lose.
That sounds like something I would like to do. Let's go.
Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
Mother help me, there's a head attached to my neck, and I'm in it.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Who am I? What sort of creature does this to their own
A
mouth?
fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice can name a motor carriage.
So, our encyclopedia, another voice in our head. I open my eyes. And there's our titular character. Oh yeah. My pants. Item gained.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Okay, so I got a key. This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. Take the empty cassette. Item gained, empty cassette. Hold tab to... Okay, that's what came. This is a real tape player still on, rolling empty. My jacket. Disco ass blazer, spirited core.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
We're gonna pull on the
blades
fan.
come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now.
Let's grab the
You
fan.
swoop up
Yeah,
against
we
the
passed
tie.
our first test.
Snap. It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
Alright, we got our necktie. Gives us +1 inland empire. So clothes are really strong in this. We got our spirit core +2 the disco ass blazer, and then we got Save Fair plus electrochemistry for our pants. Okay. We can perceive that something was thrown out the window.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. What do you mean?
Oh.
Assess the damage.
Oh,
How would
man.
you do that? What are you even trying to do?
We failed
The
it.
morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings.
Oh, there's a shoe over here. I
The
now have
window
one
stands
shoe.
broken.
Words fail to describe how rank the smell in here is. They should have sent a poet. You see bottles in the bathtub, wine, beer, and sweet liquors. Oh, we got my shirt. Conceptualization, suggestion.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Really? Nothing?
Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions.
Wipe
As
the
you
mirror.
slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Maybe I should touch it first. Make sure there's nothing wrong with my face.
Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it.
What's wrong
Where
with
to
it?
even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin.
I'm sorry. Touch your
Yet you
nose.
are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you.
At least my tongue is okay. Touch
It's
your tongue.
not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
Wipe
Behold,
the mirror now. Oh. Oh, what a charmer.
you have no idea who this thing is, do you?
Of course I do. It's some kind of superstar. I think I'm
It
a
appears you're
superstar.
also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
I think it might be because I'm a superstar.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
No, this is what superstars do. Keep making
You
the
can't,
face.
can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
I think so.
You should
Superstardom.
check yourself for a pulse, superstar. From here it looks like a cadaverous spasm. You find no sign of life on your swollen neck. However, putting your hand on your chest reveals an irregular heartbeat. You appear to be alive, for now. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now. It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Okay, I think. Well, we've discovered our face, so we got that going for us. Let's leave our room. Money. The soundtrack is absolutely bonkers. Ooh. The smell of the sea makes you dizzy. A gust of briny wind washes over you. And my shoe.
There they both are. Two identical shoes. Both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin. Reunited on your feet. Like two baby crocodiles.
How do they fit?
Good. They're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now. Truth be told.
We got some shoes now. We can run around a little bit. Oranje. Classier.
Hello, officer.
Officer. Counter says it's March, the year is 51. It's Dr. Collage.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
Officer, am I military personnel?
No.
Wait, I know, I'm a businessman. Chief executive officer,
The
right?
young woman shakes her head slowly. Officer could be an artistic statement. You're already prone to those.
Officer is my stage name, right? I can see myself as a middling disco artist called The Officer.
No. You're a police officer, sir.
You're shitting me.
I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time. You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
And what business is that?
I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Why don't I remember being a cop or anything else?
Could it be because of the drinking?
She raises an eyebrow with the cigarette. The cigarette sizzles.
She hasn't had time to put her makeup on. This is her morning cigarette. She looks tired, her beauty waning faster than it ought to at her age.
Who in their right mind would let me be an officer of the law?
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
Try the expression on her. Let her know you want her physically. 8%. Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. It's like you've said the words 1,000,000 times before. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Before you go, I have some
Yes?
questions for you. Your room is next to mine. Did you hear anything last
There
night?
was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music.
Did I have any visitors?
I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here.
Loud disco
Oh,
music.
yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestration prime among them.
She raises an eyebrow, waiting for the name to connect with you.
Oh, that. Yeah. Whoa. The less said about OO, the better.
Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on.
It mostly just gets hard, doesn't it?
It would appear so. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped and there was a change of pace.
What happened?
A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time, you were yelling along to it.
Was I singing this? Show her the empty case of the smallest church in St. Simon's.
Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church. Like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that. And also
What else?
that it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a winded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it.
When you say wounded, do you mean that in a cool way, like a wild beast?
Yes. It was very cool.
Yeah.
It's impossible to say whether she's being sarcastic or really means it.
Thanks,
Then you
River.
started screaming and trashed the place.
That's so me. What did I do?
The window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out.
Was there
There
anything
was.
else?
I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4 or 5.
Where
That was it.
where exactly is here? Where
You're
am
in
I?
a hostel, sir.
No, where are we? Where in the world?
You're in Revachol.
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world, divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Half a century after a failed world revolution, she is central to our moment in time.
Revnishal forever.
and ever.
And ever, out of the corner of your eye, You see the hair on the back of your hand standing on end. It feels as though low-grade lightning is coursing through you. You must be hypersensitive from the hangover.
Tell me, is it 51
It's
now?
51.
What
The
century?
current century.
And what's that? What number?
Centuries don't have numbers. They have names. And this is the current one.
How many centuries have there been?
Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir.
What's
You're
so
right.
funny?
There is nothing funny about civilization.
What is it they have against the police
The dock
here?
workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least here on the coast. I can't say about the rest of the city.
Okay, you can go now.
Glad to have been of assistance.
This weekend edition of a satirical newspaper called Trompe le Monde. Let's go downstairs. Summer door closed for winter. This is where lyrics would be. Big old karaoke mic just waiting for someone to sing into it. The speaker's connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
My soul is immense.
And it needs to be heard through a PA system. By other people.
This goes well with the theory I'm developing that I'm a down on my luck superstar person.
Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works.
What should I sing when it comes to
You
it?
should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious.
Of course, they'll really get a gauge on my soul with that one.
Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic, small church song. Who's laughing now? No one. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed. As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. From a distant sunset,
Where's it coming from?
a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit.
Yeah, that's me. I've been establishing my superstardom hard lately.
Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop, Dick Mullen. Salam Rocky Baye, badass on-the-edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera, lights.
Action!
With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
Alright, so we gained our first thought. Some kind of superstar. Alright, first let's make this absolutely clear. No one is saying you're an actual superstar and the groupies and cocaine riddled with hepatitis C strikes a lioness pose with a mic kind of way. You're not a, oh man, Goleman Le Million or Davy Dewis. No, you're a metaphorical superstar. You bring rock and roll, authenticity, and passion to a line of work where people don't expect or want to see it. Where some would say it doesn't belong, law enforcement. And we're going to internalize that thought. healing items. Water cooler has a large bubble rising to its surface. The menu has would be like clean, only the word Monday is written on it. A woman's hand wrote on yesterday's menu. Today it's a man's handwriting.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again.
Look at the
A
stuffed bird.
competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is the Great Skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now. The small steel tag says as much. The Great Skua. Steakoarius Skua.
That's the Great Skua, right?
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks at the doors where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the
Why
floor.
don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean, my buddy?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
Understood.
No, I'm not.
He's
Ooh.
very animated all of it.
Soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone's working. Doors bolted sign reads, kitchen reserved for personnel until 1300. Inside, you catch a glimpse of the Union paraphernalia, straight posters, some red pendants. The sign reads, Mess Hall reserved for Union members, doors open at 1600. Sleeping dock worker. A man is sleeping at the table wearing mud cake boots and rolled down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a
A
tree.
colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John.
We're going to try to steal the dock worker's ID.
Your fingers find their way into the shackle, flicking open its spring-loaded gate. The metal loop holds the plastic ID and a leather-bound pocketbook.
And the
The
man?
man emits a loud snore. Is he about to wake up? Doesn't look like it, but you never know. Better be quick. You find a black paper note with a woman's profile on it. Seems like this woman lived centuries ago. The note says, 5 real. It feels nice and greasy. You slip the plastic ID card out of the loop and pocket it. The man, just for the record, you look nothing like the man on the document. The sleeping dock worker has...
Okay, so we got that. Ooh, we can challenge the mirror again. So there's certain checks that you can... So there's white checks and then I think red checks or orange checks. Like the white checks, like once you become better at the skill, you can go retry them. And then there's other stuff that you can only try once. Dock worker shift card, standard issue card, doubling as a worker's permit. The bottom left picture holds a man. These used to belong to you. The two of you look nothing alike, just so you know.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
Nope. Gotta talk to my colleague.
A bespectacled man in an
Kim
orange
Kittery.
bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Shake his
Hello.
hand.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
Oh no, I don't know my name. Let's try to invent a name for myself.
Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
Just call me
Very
officer.
well, officer. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
You mean him? Nod toward the cafeteria manager. Yeah, I just talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police. I'm aware I'm a policeman.
Right. And the interviews?
What
At the
interviews?
57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
I haven't.
We'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Dead body?
Mhm.
No.
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
But I can't remember anything.
I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. After you,
Let's
officer.
get going then. 2 new tasks. Interview the cafe manager, inspect the victim's
If you're
body.
about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
Wait, shouldn't I have a badge or something?
You
Check
mean you
pockets.
don't have a badge?
It wasn't on me when I woke
Losing your
up.
identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence.
Okay, so we got to interview the cafe manager. We got our boy Kim Kitsuragi.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right?
Lieutenant
You
glances.
run this
oh,
place.
that is a little notebook.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41.
He looks to you, realizing he still doesn't know your name. What is gold and orange like a forest fire but smells like liquor?
Are you kidding me?
No, man, help me out. What is golden and orange and smells like liquor?
It's you. It's obviously you. You smell like liquor. And you're orange.
See? Everyone agrees it's your color scheme. We're on the right track with this name thing.
Is this what you get when you call the police now? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
He looks behind a pile of clusters and finds a slip of paper and hands it to the lieutenant.
This sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective,
Yes.
I have everything. You?
Oh, you mean, do I have questions?
Yes,
Asked them.
yes. He means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would?
He thinks you're stupid, sire.
Why did Sylvie
She
go
went
away?
away because none of your business.
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Am I not a cop? Everything is my business.
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away.
Oh,
I
man.
hope you appreciate that.
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching.
Everything has something to do with everything.
Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
That's
Let's
all.
go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
What's Rael?
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
Real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
Oh, I understand. You mean I owe you your
Wow,
money?
you're a genius. Yes, that's right. Money. You owe
You're
this
under
establishment
arrest.
130 real.
But what exactly is money? What do I owe this place
Let's
for?
see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money.
What exactly is money?
What are you, a philosopher?
Actually, I might be.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
Proceed to show him the coins you found. Is this
Yes,
money?
it is.
Count them to him. That's 10 plus 10. 20 equals 40. Now I'm down to 90,
You
right?
see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130 real. Yes.
100 times smaller?
The
Okay.
cafeteria manager stands silently. Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have.
Darkness rides. Pick up
It
coins.
does, doesn't it?
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
Fuck this place. I'll take my chances on the street. I don't remember where my home is.
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
I really don't
But
remember.
you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
Up on
Why did
Marble
you say
Hill.
that?
Lieutenant Kitsuragi, do you know a place called Marble
No.
Hill?
But isn't that an expression, not a place?
An expression?
Up on Marvel Hill, a great high place. One that is impossible to climb back to.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
I'll live in a dumpster. I don't care. Fuck everything. Hobo cop.
Entertain the thought when you get the time. Maybe being a hobo and a cop has its advantage.
A cop and a hobo? A hobo cop. Upsides can be disheveled, doesn't have to wash, carries himself with large gusto. Hobo cop doesn't need anyone or anything. No one can kick you out because you don't have a home. Never pay rent again. Never again. Here. You're drunk. Why'd you even come here, Harry? Go home. You're embarrassing yourself. Downsides are there any? I mean, seriously, give me one. We're gonna internalize that too. Alright, so we got sing karaoke, we got inspect the visitor body, report our badge missing, make the call who reported the crime, pay for damages. Fuck it, hobo cop, let's go.
Hello again, sweetie. I see you've met up with your colleague.
The lieutenant nods politely. Wait, who's Sweetie?
Who's
Why,
sweetie?
you are, officer.
Maybe I am.
And have you found anyone to be sweet to?
I had once, winked twice, but then I lost her.
What was with that fucking...
Stop winking. Tap yourself on the side of the head to correct the
I
malfunction.
see you are still grieving. Well, I won't pry. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
How'd you like to roll with me?
Whatever do you mean?
I want you to be my wheelchaired partner in fighting crime, riding backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers.
Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
I know, but there's also side mysteries, sequence killers, and forays into the paranatural.
I can assure you with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie.
Why? 3 heads are better than
Thank
2.
you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down, perhaps another time.
You seem to be in a chair.
Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height, or A grenade explosion.
A grenade. Did you fight in a
Oh
war?
dear. I'm not quite that old, although I was injured in the line of duty.
Were you a mountaineer?
Nothing so glamorous, dear. Though when I was young, I dreamt of planting the Revacholian flag on some figurative peak.
What did you do
I
then?
was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail-order shoe company. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and, well, once I happened to be under some faulty scaffolding. I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays.
She runs her hand over the chrome wheels of her chair. Thanks for clearing that up. Let's move
No
on.
problem.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or
Yes,
anything.
officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
I hope you're right. I hope it's not too
You
bad.
know where we are, right?
The Whirling Rags cafeteria. It was on my keys.
That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located?
In Revlishaw.
Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of Revachol.
Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about Revlishaw. What kind of place is this?
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days.
There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
It's the spring of 51.
That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen.
Oh,
Knowledge
sweet.
should always be rewarded.
A kind green 8-pen.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Some kind of democracy,
Nope.
maybe?
Sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of control, under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have no government of our own, and what democracy we have is market-driven.
Meaning, buying is voting.
If there's no government, how come there are
Oh
cops?
dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Riverdale, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
So, how did I
You were
do?
doing quite well up until the end there. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
What is the revolution you
A
mentioned?
defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago.
What does it have to do with there not being any cops?
It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better.
Who could tell me more?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No. I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
That's a good point. This doesn't look like Rich Central.
We're not going to ask the old lady for
Of
money.
course, dear. Good luck with...
Plus, she gave us a pen. Heck yeah. Look at that pen. We got a new quest. Get a reality lowdown. Alright, let's go outside. A heap of snow melts in the wheelbarrow. The street sign says, "Fuck the police." Pigs go home. The street name is illegible.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
I have some questions
course.
for you.
What can I help you with?
What is this "fuck the police" business?
Excuse me?
The street sign says "fuck the police." Point to
Oh.
it.
Well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
It's alright. I didn't mean to startle
Okay.
you. Who are
Me?
you exactly?
I am just a gardener.
Good to meet you, just a gardener.
I
Another
am
question.
pleased to meet you too, officer. Since the street signs messed
We need
up.
directions.
Okay. What do you need?
Where am I?
What do you mean?
I'm a bit disoriented. This is Revenshall, right?
sir. District of Martinez.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
Lieutenant seems uncomfortable with the level of disorientation that you are displaying. What is up in the
There's
north?
the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really.
What is in the
Harbor Gate.
east?
Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store, too.
What is in the
Some
south?
shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably.
What is on the other side of the canal?
Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago.
What is
It's
in the
just
west?
water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach.
That's all for
No
now.
problem. Of course. I won't hold you back.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
One more thing. Can I borrow your gloves?
Sure. Keep them. I have another pair.
Hey, we got some gloves. Yeah.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet. Hey there.
I am the law. What's going
What's
on
the jam,
here?
my man?
The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oils, heavy metals and other byproducts of the modern era. You can almost taste it.
What's the
Traffic
jam?
jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating. All around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
So how long have you been here?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it.
Yeah, Imagine, it's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need?
Care to spare some change for the working spiff? Tell me more
It's
about
like-
the strike.
Whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out.
Going on strike would probably help you dodge a bullet or two.
What's the union demanding?
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
What do you think the company
They want
wants?
to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Anything else I should know?
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do.
All of who?
Us lorry drivers. Cam, your nurse. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really.
Not you?
Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
He glances down the road toward the horizon, a glint of something in his eye.
He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior.
Don't be a stranger.
Hey.
Some kind of superstar. They say the world isn't ready for a rock and roll cop. No one wants their state monopoly on violence to be mixed with celebrity worship. They claim to know it would be dangerous for detectives to rise to the ranks of demigods and have sexual encounters with barely legal cover girls. It would be insane, they say. To all this, you say, fuck off and die, in a cool voice. You people have no idea how good these cops are gonna get. They're gonna crack 20 cases a day. In the future, cops will be like astrophysicists, or prime ministers, or prophets. And you're the first one.
So now that I've completed this thought, I take a -1 to my logic. The price of self-delusion, but my learning cap increases for all these other ones. Yeah. Let's talk to Kim.
Yes?
Tell me
What
about
do
the
you want
case.
to know?
Literally anything about it. I can't remember a single thing.
Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit.
I literally know nothing about it. Only what you told me
Do you want
before.
me to brief you?
Brief, yes, that sounds good.
3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Why didn't we know anything about the
They
caller?
didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Why hide
There's
themselves?
a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
Let me just make this perfectly clear. Our job here is to find the killer. If we're from different precincts, why are we on the same
I'm afraid
case?
you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
What do you
don't
mean?
know? I assumed you were in on it.
You know what I'm in on. Retrograde amnesia.
Better still than an imbecilic cop-off.
Cop-off?
It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Good.
I want to talk about
Me?
you. Yes, you.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
Work better together if we have more rapport.
That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
You're wearing
That's
glasses.
correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
No, I don't. Glasses are cool, I
Are
guess.
they? They are mostly just cumbersome.
Tell me a secret
No.
about yourself.
The
Okay.
lieutenant nods.
Do you ever talk with
What
yourself?
do you mean?
You know, like when you're thinking, do you ever have conversations with like your brain?
I have no idea what you're...
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
So how do you, tap the side of your head?
What? Think? I do most of my work inside my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. We all have our different mediums. His is written.
You don't look like other people around
That's
here.
because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic.
What is Seoul?
It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
You're only making it sound uninteresting. I still want to know more about
You're
Seoul.
barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholière.
That's
Good.
all for now.
Let's change the subject.
Okay. Do, 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 do.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. Silence. No one answers your call. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you. An off-key melody starts playing.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games. Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore, so I can't help you. Please don't call here again.
A single
Rude.
beep indicates that the line has gone dead. You ring the doorbell, but no one answers. What an ominous name for a hair salon. Doesn't bode well for anyone's hair.
The name of it is Andrew Orlando Hair, SCA. We're gonna call the box
All you hear is static, but no one answers the call.
24th window.
You ring the doorbell, but nothing happens.
Emma's Fashion
You
Atelier.
wait for a minute or two, but all you get from the call box is silence. No one answers the call.
To the empty
This
call.
button looks new, but someone
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Fabron's taxi. The rest has been
looks
burned
like
off.
someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. The doorbell doesn't work anymore.
Slipstream SCA.
You hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds as if someone has picked up the receiver, but isn't saying anything. You can almost hear them breathe.
Hello, is anyone there?
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order?
She sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played off an old wax cylinder. A receiver must not be working properly. Wait, but what happened to Slipstream SCA? There's no Tricentennial Electrics on the list. The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice.
She must be mistaking you for someone else. Who cares that you don't remember her? Just go along with it.
Stand up straighter. Yeah, that's me. I'm here again, crawling back into your life.
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care.
Of course I care. It's just something I've been going through. Some tough times.
Ever since I came to work here, it's been different. As if my mind's been wiped clean.
A spot of static overrides her words. Which
It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally meet again.
Forget about what?
sounds like she's about to cry.
Oh God, please don't
She
cry.
doesn't answer.
Hey, are you still there?
Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay.
What just
Another
happened?
seagull passes by. It's getting cold standing here, staring.
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this thing.
All right, it's goodbye
You
then.
press
Hang
the
on.
number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read. No, hold on. Silence. No one's home at Fortress Accident. Silence. No one answers the doorbell. You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover.
Why am I looking at
Cop
this?
habit. You look at everything. This isn't case related, you think. No.
No.
These tracks are not interesting at all.
Time to meet the real MVP. Maybe. Smells like spoiled meat and curled dairy. Human being decomposing.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Heavy
kind of
workers'
boots?
boots with reinforced toes and hobnails all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Noted.
Maybe
Hey,
12. No. 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. 1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43. 4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46.
wait, which is it?
You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41.
Male or female?
Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped.
I'm pretty good at this, ain't I?
You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way.
Count the rest.
7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. 8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
How many?
8.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
The same guys are going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
Light step, number 41
Woman
should.
or a kid?
Could be a
Okay.
woman.
How do you...
He knows it's hard to discern sex from a person's gait.
I don't.
Understood. Anything else?
A heavy one, 200 kilogram imprint.
200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
One of them was carrying him
Possibly.
over.
Yes.
An aberration. One sole is smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the odd soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
So one of the people we're looking for is a drummer.
No, it's not. Forget I said. Perhaps
We're not
it
looking
could
for a
be
drummer.
a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
I was actually thinking the exact same
He
thing.
doesn't seem to hear you, looking south toward the traffic jam instead. The machines are silent. The engines are all turned off.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
Yes, prudent.
Mhm.
How old do you think these tracks
A
are?
week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
How do you
I
know?
pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do you think
What do I
happened
think?
here?
A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree.
Loot! Someone's trying to grow herbs in the greenhouse. This winch mechanism has been oxidizing for some years.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
What is
It's
this?
nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
Why am I looking at this pile of roof material?
Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Secret door. Thanks, perception.
What is this then? A tool shed?
Hey, more money. We're rich. We got $6. Silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
I wasn't thinking about taking it, I swear. I was thinking about justice. I heard amphetamines make you a really good detective. Are you a really good detective? No. We're getting clean. Dang it. Someone has taken narcotics here. Perhaps the police should interfere?
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However,
Points to the ladder in
See
the
that
corner.
ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
Poster says, get out of the way or get fucked. Cured pig's head looks mummified. Empty tube of magnocelum magnesium supplement. Let's go up the ladder. The doorway's gonna collapse soon. Restoration pillars keep the runes together. Postcard. Okay, so postcards are stuff that you just sell for money. In case you haven't noticed, I'm poor. Another healing item. More money. More money. We're rich. $8.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its back.
You son of a gun. It's a cop's
Yes,
cloak.
it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. That machine is a Kvalsund 1020 HK.
Motherfucker. Let us out a whistle. That's a huge crane. Kvalsa 1020 HK.
Is it? Kvalsund makes a lot of heavy equipment, but this is phenomenal, even for them. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here.
Do you really think this cloak is mine? Should I go for it? Jump?
Cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should... Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meter stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you.
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide?
We're going for it. Oh, oh, oh. Ooh.
Nope, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up here. You could have died there. Shit, 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 shit. I'm failing you. This wasn't part of our deal.
Hey, hey! What happened?
I'm alright, Kim. I just can't do
I
it right
understand.
now.
We can always come back when you are feeling better.
Yeah, not right now. We'll leave. Oh shit, money. Making bank. Barrels are half full of rainwater. Alright, let's go back out.
What do you see?
This kid's ladder is rickety but still climbable. Ladder for kids won't hold the weight of a grown man. Letter R wears a crown on the ribbon below it, a light above descending. This is a logo for the municipality of Revenshaw.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags.
Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash container.
Trash container. There is no such thing. Your fingers start to itch just looking at that padlock.
How do we get the lock
We
open?
could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
Let's go get the lock bar. You can find me a bag.
This Post Levantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102, with a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant.
Good mail delivery box. Pat in the box.
The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
Been there. Post le Ventier mail collection box. Been there.
The mail collection box seems cathartic. Thankful even. So do you.
I just got my morale healed by talking to the mailbox. All right.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. A scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
Take the red tip
The
pry
pry
bar.
bar feels nice, useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids.
Take the rubber handled chain
The
cutter.
handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters. You can do good work with these. Cut chains, locks, and ropes, especially belts.
Take the hand cranked
It's
flashlight.
robust, weatherproof, and well made. Police issue, blue, lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook.
Tap on the fuel preheater
As you
gauge.
tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Translation: we're not going anywhere right now. Alternative translation: don't even think you can drive my MC.
Run your fingers over one of the steering
The
levers.
white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. Your fingers waste no time closing around the handle. Clutch disengaged. Release the handle. Clutch drops. Right foot yearns for the familiar touch of the accelerator pedal. You have synced with the machine's mechanical circulation.
How are you, my
The
friend?
smell of freshly treated leather, the lack of dirt and dust on the dashboard, and a neat little brush in the cup holder, all seem to be whispering, "I'm good, cherished and cared for, in the hands of a tending owner."
Where have you
At the
been?
bottom of the sea.
Ooh, what?
So strange. The machine is not on the bottom of the sea at all. It's right in front of you, well kept. Why did it say that?
Do I know how to operate
You
this
feel
machine?
an uninterrupted connection to the mechanics.
Release the clutch and squeeze it
Of
again.
course it's only in your head. Of course it is. But it almost feels as if the clutch handle is gently squeezing back. The handle is pulled back. Somewhere deep inside the drivetrain, the disc is mated to the flywheel again. In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio.
We're not going to make the radio call yet. We do got a pry bar now, though. Do. Let's open this dumpster.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid
Oh,
has a padlock that says,
legendary.
"Whirling in rags." Force time isn't happening. You've jammed the pry bar under the lid, but it just isn't bending.
The fuck kind of metal is this? Is this fucking shit?
Quality of metal is not the problem. From what I see, it's sturdy enough.
There's a creaking sound as the pry bar slips under the lid. You hang from it like a moron, huffing and puffing. Clearly the technique is wrong, but nothing else comes to mind.
Let's ask the manager for the key.
We're gonna go ask the manager for the key. Do. We can go retry that check in the room too.
Can I help you? Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Oh, sorry. Is that trash container out there back yours?
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out.
Whoa.
That's why.
I'm
And
a
the
hobo
neighbors
cop.
too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
I wonder what this feeling
Prod at
is.
it and find out.
What if I told you I'm a hobo or soon to be one rummaging through that trash? Would you keep me out too? We need those
What
keys.
do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
All right, we got the keys. Let's go retry check in the room.
The bed is cold and not.
Kim tries not to look at your broken window in the bathroom.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor, where unidentifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. Smells of vomit in here.
You're looking at the
He
destruction.
nods
I'm sorry for this.
No problem, officer.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
We can try to fix the sink, though.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, despair creeps into you, getting fat.
Uh-oh.
on your weakness.
I just died trying to fix the...
Whatever noble intentions you once had as a police officer, you're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
I'm seriously running out of shits to give. Let corpse hang on the tree. I'm quitting. Fuck you.
Fuck me? Please leave the rage you have.
Nothing you can say would make you feel any...
There it is. Cop give us up. The detective
Cop gives
genre.
up the detective genre for social realism. Another police officer resigned from the RCM following a nervous breakdown. He now lives under a bridge, drinking and occasionally throwing excrement at passers-by, shouting, "I never loved that woman." When...
Oh, man. I just lost a lot of progress, I think. Oof. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, no. What's the quick save? Okay, we're gonna start doing that more often. Oof. So we learned a hard lesson already. Quick save often. Humanitarian aid tuna fish, not for resale. The speaker says the speakers from the people of Samaria. Food gift from the people of Messenia. The helpline to a company that controls the drawbridge. Hot air rises from the sewer, sour, acidic, and completely strange and comforting. Let's talk to this guy.
You see a Samaran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer. Everything's cool here.
What's so cool?
Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer, you're very cool. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, yes. You got style. You got personal style. You know what you like.
He surveys his consumerist kingdom with an air of satisfaction.
You like premium menswear. Look around and browse. Everything looks cool on a guy like you. Take your time.
He sells back into the pile of boxes he's sitting on.
Don't be distracted by the flattery and funny man act. Questions.
Where are you from?
It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All revolution.
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samaran Isola.
You're from the archipelago. I'm not going to try to say that word.
Apricot suzerainty calls to mind an era when the Seaguy archipelago was colonized by Revachon. It's a bit of a slur, in other words.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say you're from. Pronounce it very painstakingly. Seaguy.
Very cool. I admire your awareness of our intertwined histories. It's super nice of you to apologize for colonialism, but the apricot suzerainty is a shithole. That's why I left.
You're welcome. I do try to be supportive of other peoples and cultures.
That's so cool, officer. Speaking of, why not support an independent local entrepreneur by buying some pens and glasses? You mean these delicious pre-packaged shelf-stable meal kits? Really easy to cook, no hassle, really cheap too. Buy some, try them out.
No hassle. There's a little of a hassle here, it appears. A moral hassle.
I think one of the packages says not for real sale on the package.
No problem here, officer. I get all this from one of my suppliers, an extremely reputable guy.
And who is your supplier
Oh,
exactly?
he's a good guy. I think you'd get along. I'll let you know the next time he's around.
Interesting.
Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on right here. No shame, only freedom.
Is there a discount for cool officers like me?
No need for discounts at ceilings, officer. Everything's already on sale. Anything you want, 50% off.
Where'd you get these comfy
I'm an
pants?
entrepreneur, officer. I've got sources, buyers, suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, wholesalers, all extremely cool and above board. Anything for you.
Let's try to see if this guy will give me some money.
Start with a
Hey.
little compliment, then work your way up from there. This is about business, remember.
Hey, you seem like a really successful entrepreneur. Would you like to support a member of the local police force?
Okay.
Think
But why, officer?
think of it as an investment.
An investment? What kind of investment?
It's an investment in your customer base, man. Gotta prime the pump, man.
Fair point. You can't have a successful business without a loyal customer base. How much is your loyalty worth?
5 real.
What? Only a fiver? You can't even buy a pack of Royal Extras with that. Let's make this one stick, my man.
Okay, 10 real.
10 real is a bargain for that kind of investment. You got it, my man.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Why is it not highlighting anything? Uh-oh. Did it break? Okay, that worked. Fingerless gloves, baby. Okay, there we go. We're back.
There are clothes inside. Cheap,
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
how about some premium class service over here? Like paying with net worth. Go over and ask him if you can do that. Save the economy. That sounds off.
Save the economy.
Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash, keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things. Buy eco.
Thanks for the advice. I'll try to be more economically
Very
conscious.
cool. The economy thanks you, officer.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places. The box smells like cat piss or like an old person with no money.
Economical, but also trendy. Look firsthand, buy secondhand. Keep the economy moving.
We're gonna try to find something worth salvaging in the pile of rags.
Something
Hey.
cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf it says, but also wind, summer, 100% waterproof, and sport, all in different typefaces.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir.
We're gonna buy
Don't
the
have to pay for
windbreaker.
springtime, right?
We gotta recycle that money. He gave us $10. Now we got a sweet windbreaker. Wind's not gonna stand a chance. We don't need no Xperia decor. Yeah, looking stylish. But I'm going to run a quick ad break and refill my coffee. So one moment. Oh. Stream manager. Uh-oh, it's in a loop. Uh-oh. There we go. Sorry about that. Run a 1-minute ad break. I'll be right back. All right, we are back with a refilled cup of coffee.
You see two lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found, durable wear sneakers, ultra series.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
Speaking of luxury, you should go over and ask about paying for those sneakers with your net worth. A pair of found ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper, and a silver-lined midsole.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest found sneakers. Super air, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real.
Oh,
Only? That's madness. Fun ultra. Wear the future. You remember the slogan from some magazine. These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by the indomitable found ultras atop them. A small heat emboss on the veneer reads, Solidarity Aid from the People's Republic of Samara. The speakers themselves don't seem to display any magical qualities.
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here.
poor little speakers. Pat
No,
them.
don't pity them, officer. These are old Samaran garbage. Don't even look at them. Check out these super cool, fun ultras instead.
Samaran trash. That sounds like they're from the Samaran People's Republic, produced under the dictatorship of the proletariat.
Can't I just buy the sad conquered Sumerian
No
speakers?
way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk.
But I need some
Well,
speakers.
If you want them, but see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will the sneakers go? I can't leave premium lifestyle sneakers on the ground. If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for little extra. 50 cents?
Let's see if I can pay for it with my net worth.
Everything's still cool here, officer. Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extreme, anything for you. You mean the...
No hassle. There's a little of a hassle here, it appears. A moral hassle.
Doesn't the beat idea of doesn't that beat the idea of humanitarian aid? It's supposed to be free. That's what makes it humanitarian.
It is. Practically free. Yours for 5 cents a piece. Rock that tuna. Why not some macaroni too?
Okay, well, if they're delicious, it's okay.
They're very delicious. And shelf-stable. You can keep all this out in the sun come summer. Try it. Buy some tuna. Won't rot. Unrottable.
I'll leave it for now. I want them sneakers. Alright, let's kind of click through it really fast to get back to where we were. We're going to click through some dialogue really fast that we already saw before I died like a bad.
Before you stand, vapor emanates. This must be in the cabin. You are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a scent of leatherwork and the frequency tab, the soft purr of electrical kittens.
Oh shit, well, we're doing the radio
waves
part now.
cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
Hi Alice, this is an officer from the 41st Precinct speaking. Nice to meet you.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. I wonder what Kim's default radio station is.
As always, it's DJ Mesh and Felicio, and you're listening to Street Freaks FM, bringing you the hottest, the nastiest, the most vulgar.
A flock of seagulls takes off nearby. Right away, the lieutenant reaches into the cabin and turns off the radio. He's not looking at you as he says,
Someone must have been messing with the radio, or maybe picked up a random frequency. You wanted a prime line, right?
Speed Freaks FM, huh?
Oh, is that what it was called?
He's trying hard not to act surprised.
Go for it. Turn the radio back on while it's still on the Speed Freaks FM.
Pick up the radio again.
Souped up motor carriage for one bad mama's boy. For the heavier foot and the freakier.
God damn it! Look, it helps me to stay alert on long nights, okay? It's a method. I'm not some kind of speed freak or...
Sure, you don't have to explain it yourself. What about heavy
You would
foot?
be too if you had this motor carriage.
He snaps half seriously.
But seriously, let's quit joking around, alright? We have a case to investigate.
This is Precinct 57. Can I connect it to someone?
I need you to connect me to a civilian, Sylvie. She may have reported her
Of
murder.
course. What is the number, officer?
Kim, didn't Garrett give you Sylvie's number?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Start slapping a margin really long.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment. Takes a bit to get to the phone.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello?
Hello, this is a police officer calling. I have some questions for you about your last day at work.
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
Was it you that called the police?
No, not me.
Do you know who made the call?
No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
But why didn't you call? Didn't a corpse behind your workplace bother you?
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the corpse.
What does the union have to do with anything?
No one calls the police. The Union would get angry.
What do you mean by that?
You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the Dock Workers Union.
Let's push on. Tell me exactly why did you let a corpse hang in your own backyard for weeks instead of calling us?
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways.
What others?
The other people who live around here. Local people. I didn't want trouble.
Okay,
You
I
don't
understand.
live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with, well, by the Union, internally. Please, I just didn't want any trouble.
I see. Don't worry about it. I understand.
You do? What else can I do for you? Yeah, go on.
You quit your job at the Whirling Egg.
You mean,
Why?
why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
Okay, did you leave because of Garrett? Wait, why are you comfortable discussing with me?
Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone.
Get away from whom?
You know whom.
Okay, did you leave because of Garrett?
What? No, why would you even think that?
He told me he asked you out. Are you saying that didn't happen?
can't you just mind your own business? She mutters.
I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything. You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, let's just say, you know whom. Maybe, I don't know. I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags when she was still working there.
Wait, before you go, are you mad at me, right? Tell me, what did I do? I can't remember anything.
I'm not mad. It's just, you were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. Just made me want to quit.
So you're telling me that I was the one who made you quit?
Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I have seen so many assholes in this place. I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you...
Go on, I want to know what I did.
Well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. I hate it now.
Hold on, which song?
We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody.
Sorry about the
The
song.
hell with that song. Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know. And then you screamed something about how you're actually a real cool guy, and no one understands it. One of the coolest guys there is. The coolest guy in Jamrock.
Oh yeah.
Something about disco, too.
I got that pink blanket over my shoulders there, Bobby Dennis, to keep warm and to go with the theme of me looking like a hobo cop. That sounds intense.
And then I had to deal with your toilet. The one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself.
Oh man, farm fresh egg crack dealer, waiting for the deets on the pickup. Hoo, buddy. Fucking eggs sound good. Wait, police documents?
The ones I had to wrench out of your toilet.
What happened to them?
Damn it, I don't remember what I did to your damn papers. I don't remember every little thing I do.
Resentment gives way to a concern in her voice.
Especially when there's a hurricane loose. It's your fault for losing them, not mine.
Something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if there was a reason you threw them away.
Okay, I get it. I wasn't a very good tenant.
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst.
Carol, just lose them a little. Don't you ever party? I'm truly sorry for everything, Sylvia.
God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened.
But when I spoke to Gary, it seemed like you thought you left because of him.
Wait, really? No, this is absolutely not true. I like Guard. I really do.
Didn't he cross the line when he asked you out?
No, I was actually flattered. I've always liked him. It was just bad timing, with the corpse and all that.
There's a pause. You can almost see her on the other side, the telephone cord coiled around her index.
I didn't know what to say to him later. Then you came and destroyed the place, so I left without explaining.
I can tell him.
Okay, but please don't mess it up. Please don't take out your gun or something.
What else did I sing besides the oh? I'm looking for a song.
All sorts of things. From disco, rock too. So much disco and rock.
Was I singing The Smallest Church in St. Sands?
Yes, that's the one you like to sing along to the most. The later it got, the more that one came on.
Interesting. You still have to find a copy, though, before you can blast it.
What's
Stuffed
scoffing?
bird, the great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and laughing like a maniac. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there.
Bitch bird was going to her. That doesn't sound like anything like me. I love birds.
Yes, well,
You hear a sigh of relief on the other.
anything else I can help you with, officer? 57th, over at...
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
We're gonna pull up the toolbox.
Take what you need, officer.
He's clearly. The handles are. You can do good. The pry bar feel useful for opening. It's robust. What lets you see the pull-out toolbox slides back. The white suede. Your fingers waste no. You feel an uninterrupted connection. After a while, of course, it's only in the smell of fresh.
Like I said, we're clicking through this
at
one
the
fast.
bottom of the sea.
Ooh, that's what killed me last time.
So strange. The handle is pulled back. In the cabin, you see a set of steer. As you tap on the.
There's no use.
Translation. Alternative translation.
Do another quick save. We're gonna go talk to Garrett. Trying to remember where we get the bag.
This postlavan, a faint sticker on the side read.
We gotta pat that mailbox.
The box seems eat shit pig. The mail collection box seems cathartic.
Gotta find the bag. There's the bag. Alright, now that we got our bag, we can start picking up bottles. We're gonna be rich.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic.
Vandalism,
Probably some
shakehead.
kids.
A simple but clever solution to ruining a coin-operated viewer. It took ingenuity. A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onug written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast, studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. You know this to be the star of Pericarnassus, or the Cairo, the central symbol of the Pericarnassian church, a star, a great moral height to be strived towards. Around the large wooden building you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach, and a small tent set up on the ice.
We gotta clean this place up. Hobo cop. Alright, let's go back. Give me all the bottles. We gotta go through all these again.
An old call box, an off-key,
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't know I'm sorry, but the doorbell is...
a single beep indicates that you ring. What an ominous name. All you hear is static. You ring the doorbell. You wait for a minute. What looks like someone has melted. You can almost hear them.
Yes.
She sounds almost antique. Wait, but what happened to Slipstream SCA? There's no Tricentennial Electrics on the list. The lieutenant. She must be mistaking you for. Who cares that you don't remember her? Just go along with it.
Why did you even call? I don't understand.
A spot of.
It's so nice.
She sounds like she's about to cry. She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is another.
I don't know what happened either. We should
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. Whatever she says, it can't hurt. Alright, maybe not healthier, but it's a bonus that you've drunk so hard you can't remember any of your past relationships. Oblivion's the ace in your corner. There's a light buzz as you press the doorbell, waiting for her to answer the call. It's cold outside. And there's the static again.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order?
Hi, it's me again. I want to talk to you.
Here come the bad vibes again. Relax. Distance yourself from it.
Please don't hang up. I just want to explain myself.
It's you.
My God.
My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice again.
Wait, is she...
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't
It's a loop.
understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care.
Is this some kind of joke? The voice from the intercom doesn't answer, but you can hear her breathing. Wind blows into your microphone again, crackling and echoing in the box.
Thank you. Now tell me, who's responsible for this joke?
Ever since I came to work here, it's been different. As if my mind's been wiped clean.
Say no.
It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally forget about you.
And then it hits you.
You're a recording.
She tries again not to cry, and still doesn't succeed completely. Her quiet sobs sound old and distant, as if her voice is being played off a wax cylinder.
Go ahead, agent recording. Cry then.
Her sound melts into the static from a long-distance phone call. From time to time, you can hear people talking in the distance, but can't make out any words. This is where you hung up the call the last time, but the recording is still going.
Keep
The
listening.
phone rings in the office with an old-fashioned chime, and someone walks by in a pair of heels. The static is like a warm blanket wrapped around the sounds. No one replies, but the static grows stronger like rainfall. Then a female voice speaks out, completely different from the one before. Glorious and total somehow, crawling inside your head. Her words are too cold to comprehend. She smells of sodium lights and rain streaks on car windows. Eyes like pilot lights watch your shape in dark hallways, guttering.
So... it was a recording trapped in the circuitry from some ancient tenant. This sometimes happens. Shall we conclude here? We have other mysteries to solve.
Something weird just
Don't
happened
take
to
this
me.
the wrong way, but during our short stint working together, something weird is almost always happening to you.
That is true. Silence. No silence. No one answers the door. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't silence. No one answers your call. This button.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Alright, let's see if I can do the fucking...
There are several footprints in the mud. Left by
Oh
what do
my
you think you
gosh.
are? A super detective? You're hungover. The heavy worker's boot. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear? An inconspicuous pile of the roof because there's a seat. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Oh, we got a new skill.
What is this?
We got our first level up. Okay. Let's try this again.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots.
Oh.
Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
Gotta get the visual calculus. We're gonna load that quick save. No, we're not. Oh, there's the autosave. That was right there. I meant to put a point in. I thought it was perception to recheck that white thing, so. I don't know if that counts as save scumming. I don't think it counts as save scumming. Actually, you know what? That does count as save scumming. We're not going to do that. Load that quick save. We're going to roll. We're going to roll with it. Get my fucked.
Be still, the lieutenant. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on.
Perhaps. See that ladder?
Money. Like I said, we're clicking through this because I was bad at autosaving, and yeah, we gotta do all this stuff again. So make sure you save every so often. The doorway is going to collapse. Get that postcard. Got plenty of stuff to heal. Words are hard. We got plenty of stuff to heal our health. Nothing to heal our psyche.
Looks like when the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most.
Yes, it's probably. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day. The cloak? Well,
The cloak looks like a bag of. The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous. That machine is.
Is it? But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here. What are we doing? Or it could be that we are just exploring.
Oh man, do I want to try it again? Let's try it again. Oh, we failed it. Ooh.
Nope. No. Despair creeps into you. Getting fat.
Wow.
and your weakness. You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total.
Yes, it can be difficult to be on the receiving end.
Nothing you can say.
Oh man. We're getting our ass kicked with this low morale thing. It's almost like being a fuck up is bad. All right. Round 2.
Be still, the lieutenant. There's a good vague way.
Perhaps. See that ladder?
We're not making that jump this time. We're not even going to try it. No shit. Level up. Do. We're gonna put a point into volition. Oh. Nope, we're not scaves coming, so we gotta level up perception like we did last time. No saves coming. Come on, run. Aggressive quick saving.
Looks like someone when the wind ruffled.
Yes, it's probably. You could probably make the jump.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at that machine.
Is it? But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here. What are we doing? Or it could be that we adjust the cloak? Well...
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies.
Yeah, we're not trying that. Not doing that right now. No, sir. Killed me twice already. Not until we have some more savoir-faire. Let's go back down. We're gonna go look at the dumpster so we can get the flag for Garrett to give us the key. Nope. The sound of melting snow off the drip. It's strange. The municipality of Revenashaw.
This trash container, just your fingers start to itch.
We could try using a pry bar, the one you took from my motor car, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags.
Force time isn't happening. You've jammed the pry bar under the lid, but it...
Let's ask the manager for the key.
Okay, we're almost caught back up where we were. Let's go ask the manager.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza most. The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the Whirling in Rags. This is point A. The driver started there and then accelerated straight into the fence. The driver proceeded to back out of the yard. barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building, before heading south. Must have been in a hurry.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage-friendly city.
Is this connected to the case?
I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate.
You could follow the track south.
Okay, come on, we gotta talk to Garrett.
Can I help you?
Talk to Sylvie. She left because of me, not
Wait,
you.
what? But what about the bird? Yes,
Bird.
the bird. I found it lying on the floor with a broken wing the morning she left.
She didn't break it. I did. I threw it against the
You
wall.
broke the skewer.
I assure you it was him.
Why on earth did you have to break the skewer?
It's a mystery.
I can't believe it. I was so sure it was Sylvie. Even worse, I thought she was trying to send me a message. A symbol of hope and all.
A tender type of hope. Something's...
All right. Did she say anything else? About me, you know? Did she say anything about me?
She said she was flattered and it was just bad timing.
I should give her a call then.
The man doesn't know what to say. He wipes his brow and stares off the counter.
Yes.
Hey.
Is there anything else you wanted, or...?
We were sort of hoping there would be a gun, an expensive jewel, or at least a sword in it for you, if you deliver the message. Oh well.
Mine?
Thank you for clearing.
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out.
I thought as much.
Well, yeah.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
Yes. I'm not a fishing teacher.
Everything is political.
What do you need?
It concerns the case.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
Hey, we got the key. Open the trash container. Quick saving again, because I need to be better about it. I know the music's coming before it happens. It's like I've played this game before. Despite how many times I've
trash
died.
Container is with a well-oiled crack. The lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't. Of course you should. This is your time to shine, Hobocop. Dive into that dumpster for extra content. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Yum.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Wow. An Armistice caliber 50 knock cannon. Half wrapped in paper tissues. So shiny.
What's a knock
It's
cannon?
a giant rifle, and it's very expensive. Not as expensive as that fat string of pearls snaking around the rotten banana peels, however. And is that Cordon Electric's preamp with Electra F2 tubes? It is. That catches quite a price. We're talking 12,000, easy. Unless you're into hi-fi yourself.
I'm
That's
into
too
hi-fi.
bad, because none of those things are actually in there.
Oh man.
It's just food waste and crisp wrappings. All you see is a broken mug with a racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
Take the mug. Look under the boxes of carton.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows. the methodology in your fingers. You're used to this.
Used to what? Dumpster diving?
No, searching for evidence in the trash.
Oh, that makes more
Good
sense.
practice for dumpster diving. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing. Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
Oh shit, hell
As the
yeah.
legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air. Are these the victim's clothes? The smell is not nearly as bad as the cadaver. These clothes could not have been in contact with the deceased for more than 2 days after his death.
They took his pants off.
Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer.
By early stages, you mean these were taken from him no more than 2 days after his
Yes.
death?
I think the clothes were taken off to get to that armor he wore, then discarded. They must have stripped him of it fast too, the scavengers, in a matter of days.
Bag the
Armor,
trouser.
blue jeans. Pockets, empty. Or empty. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there?
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one.
The fuck's he on about, kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
See?
The lieutenant nods. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, what's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes.
Uh-oh.
Written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
Uh-oh.
It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash?
Must have been cramping my
Officer, This is an
style.
official piece of paperwork. It probably contains notes on numerous ongoing investigations, and could even list undercover operatives, informants. I suggest integrating it into your style, for all our sakes.
Easier said than done. How could this pathetic cabbage of copy paper and plastic ever become très disco?
Okay, I'll
It would
do
also
that.
not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now,
The container sounds a muffled gong.
that's one thing off the list.
Alright, now we're going to inspect our ledger.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
This mug is an example of prejudice I'm going to use as an example of what not to do.
But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it?
Alright, let's look through our
It's
damage
the
ledger.
legend found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you.
Inspect the toilet paper.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Run your finger
The
across
surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before. Looks like an official mark, made to be low visibility outside the right circumstances.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property.
Interesting. What kind of
It
information?
depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, they're
Browse
not
the white
exactly
papers.
white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What is in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases, undertaken, not completed, mind you.
This game is Disco Elysium, Fox, and good morning. You're coming on just about as I leave.
It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average. What do you mean? Is that all?
Count the page. I have to open up an official case. Is there room?
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
Commit to paper using the pen Lena gave you.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. You're a swashbuckler with that pen, Harry, and it feels good. Feels like completion. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the Citizens Militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
Shit on a stick. Let's call it The Furies Are at Home in the Mirror.
Furies? Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife that it refers to. And also, could you make it less poetic? Just a normal case name, you know? Think, what would that be? A good normal name.
Yes, you know what that normal name is, but it's so plain. Anything else, please.
The Hangman.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good with salty dessert.
Is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I've completed them, though.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
A nice brisk pace, the way I like
I
it.
prefer normal caseload. It's a matter of method.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
There's a mention of a naming convention
Yes,
here.
it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Oh my, they're all written in capital letters, too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
More?
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Kim, all these cases employ a naming convention similar to what we use on
Yes,
ours.
how very childish of you. In your and my defense, almost everyone in the RCM uses the titular system, in addition to the official alphanumeric.
Why is that?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I seem to have named a case the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out.
What happened to him?
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
The notebook is annual. It says 51 on what remains of its cover. A molten strap of cardboard. Everything prior to this must have belonged to a previous volume. In short, there was more.
I'm done inspecting these.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Let's see if we can logic our way through this.
Yes,
Hey!
you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB 41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700, the Next World Mural.
Wait, HDB 41, weren't those officer precincts?
Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
And HDB?
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
Horace Debbie Behringer?
That is improbable.
How long does it take to read a case?
It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start? This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne. Cause of failure, rent too high. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class. People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case. The Graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the Graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the next world mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between two options.
Remove the mural.
A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us.
The middle class are not to be blamed. It's human nature.
Did anyone ask you what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet logic? What do you want to tackle next? Or are we done? Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sack.
Alright, we're going to put the ledger away. We're going to do our level up really quick. Visual calculus. Level up. And now we can retry this again.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Wow.
Wow.
Still not doing it. You're bad at this. Maybe you keep failing because you suck.
Oh, ouch.
Hobocop. Technically, you wouldn't be a cop anymore, but a hobo. That would mean game over for the cop chapter of your adventures. But who knows where the hobo part takes you? To the bar? The old L'Assommoir? To the pier or the sewers? To Le Royaume, where for 300 years they interred the dead. You could plunder royalist crypts for long-forgotten triple malt bourbon, then fight the Aramakan beast that lurks the bottommost sepulchres. The secrets of the city are all yours at last.
So Hobocop's one of the ones that doesn't really have a penalty once you complete it. So reveals extra special collector's edition tar bottles on the map for more money from selling tar. And so you get the special bottles that sell for more money, and then you get just more money from selling them regularly, and your learning cap for Shivers is raised to 6. Hey, we're the Hobocop now. Some kind of superstar. Alright. That is a good place to stop for right now. I'm gonna name this Twitch playthrough. We're gonna save, and then I'm gonna get ready to go and do some Easter stuff. Thank you everybody for stopping and watching. It's gonna be uploaded to YouTube later today, and then maybe we'll play this again next Sunday, or maybe a little bit tonight. We'll see. We'll see what the day unfolds. I'm Hugh with Hugh Gaming. The strength in me honors the strength in you. And have a lovely rest of your Sunday. Peace.